Good afternoon, students. Welcome to the class on coordination chemistry. In the last class, we have discussed about octahedral crystal field splitting. In an octahedral complex, the 5 degenerated d orbitals will split into two groups, the low level T2G and the high level EG. T2G orbitals are stabilized. That means they will lose an energy of minus zero point 0.4 delta naught, whereas EG orbitals are destabilized. That means they will gain an energy of plus zero point 0.6 delta naught, where delta naught is the band gap in octahedral crystal field splitting. That means energy difference between T2G orbitals and EG orbitals. From this crystal field splitting, we can calculate the energy of d block elements, and we can say whether a complex is stabilized or destabilized. If a complex is having negative energy, then it is stabilized. If a complex is having positive energy, then it is destabilized, because loss of energy results in stability, gain of energy results in destability. So that is what is called crystal field stabilization energy. In short, CFSC. CFSC calculation is very important in determining whether a complex is stabilized or destabilized because of crystal field splitting. CFSC of an octahedral complex is given by CFSC is equal to minus zero point 0.4 delta naught. It is the energy level of T2G orbitals multiplied by number of electrons in T2G level plus zero point 0.6 delta naught. It is the energy of EG level multiplied by number of electrons in EG level. So when we calculate the energies, that will give CFSC. So if CFSC is overall negative, if CFSC is some negative value, we can say the complex is stabilized. If CFSC is a positive term, then we say the complex is destabilized. So CFSC calculation will give us information whether the complex is stable or unstable. Now we will consider the two cases where for a cobalt 3 plus ion in a high spin complex. For example, a cobalt whose atomic number is 27 and its electronic configuration in 3 plus is 3d6. It means it is having 6 electrons in d block element. Now in octahedral geometry, high spin octahedral geometry, because we are discussing this for crystal field splitting in octahedral geometry. Now we have 3d6 elements. Now what we are saying, high spin means the spin is not changed by, there is no pairing up. So first three electrons in three orbitals, fourth electron will be in fourth orbital, fifth electron will be in fifth orbital. So T2G level, there are three orbitals. Each orbital will be filled with single electron. Then the fourth electron enters into EG level. Fifth electron also enters into EG level. Then sixth electron comes to T2G level and it gets paired with one electron. So what is the configuration of CO3 plus in high spin octahedral complex? Its electronic configuration is T2G4 and EG2. The electronic configuration of CO3 plus ion in octahedral high spin complex is T2G4 EG2. Now we can calculate CFSE using this formula. CFSE is equal to minus 0.4 delta naught into number of electrons in EG level, T2G level, plus 0.6 delta naught into number of electrons in EG level. 4 into 4, 1.6 delta naught plus 6 2s are 12, 1.2 delta naught. Overall, it is minus 0.4 delta naught. That is CO3 plus in high spin octahedral complex is stabilized by 0.4 delta naught. CFSE, the energy, the stabilization energy is 0.4 delta naught. Now we will look at the complex CO3 plus ion in low spin octahedral geometry. Of course, cobalt ion, whose atomic number is 27, in 3 plus oxidation state, its electronic configuration is 3d6. Now, in an octahedral geometry, the 5d orbitals are split into two categories, T2G level and EG level. In a low spin complex, first electron, second electron, and third electron will enter into T2G level. Then, because it is a low spin complex, it must next electron must pair with the T2G level. It will not go to EG level. So that is why it will give low spin complex, because there are 6 electrons, fourth electron, fifth electron, sixth electron. Then if there is seventh electron, that electron will enter into EG level. Otherwise, it will not enter into EG level. Now, in for a CO3 plus ion in low spin octahedral geometry, the electronic configuration is T2G6 EG0. The octahedral low spin electronic configuration for CO3 plus ion is T2G6 EG4. Therefore, we can calculate CFSE using this electronic configuration. CFSE is equal to minus 0.4 delta naught into number of electrons in T2G level plus 0.6 delta naught into number of electrons in EG level. 4 into 6, it is 2.4 delta naught plus 0. So minus 2.4 delta naught. Therefore, CO3 plus ion in low spin octahedral geometry is stabilized by 2.4 delta naught. So it is stabilized by this much energy. This is how we need to calculate CFSE for octahedral complexes. Please remember, for a high spin complex, we need to place 3 electrons in T2G level, then fourth electron will enter into EG level, fifth electron also will enter into EG level. Then sixth electron will come and pair here, seventh, eighth, then ninth, 10th. But for low spin complexes, it is reverse. First 6 electrons will enter into T2G level. Then seventh electron, eighth electron, ninth electron, and 10th electron, they will enter into EG level. We will try to solve a simple problem. Titanium H2O 6 times, hexa aqua titanium 3 ion gave an absorbance of 20,300 centimeter inverse in a UV visible spectroscopy. Then calculate the CFSE. Generally, the CFSE or energy difference band gap, these values will be calculated from UV visible spectroscopy. Titanium H2O 6 times 3 plus. Titanium atomic number is 22. Titanium 3 plus state whose electronic configuration is 3D1. Because it is an octahedral complex, it will split into T2G and EG levels, and there is a single electron in the T2G level because titanium 3 plus ion is having only one electron. Now, when we pass UV visible light onto this material, what happens? This electron absorbs that energy and it will be excited to the EG level. In the EG level, it is unstable. In the EG level, it is unstable. Immediately, it will come back to the T2G level with release of energy. How much energy will be released? The energy released is nothing but the energy difference between T2G and EG level. We may give excess energy, it doesn't matter, it will absorb all the energy, but when it is returning from EG level to T2G level, it releases only the amount exactly equal to T2G level and EG level, the energy difference between these two levels. So when the detector detects this released energy, it is delta naught. It is delta naught. For a titanium H2O 6 times molecule, it will give only one electronic absorption. It will give only one electronic absorption. So the UV visible spectroscopy is represented as absorbance on y-axis and wavelength, or generally we write wavelength, but we can lambda, but we can also represent them in wave number also. Here you need to identify the units. If it is wavelength, it will be given in nanometers, but you see here it is given in centimeter inverse. That means this is the wave number, it is not the wavelength. Now in a UV visible spectroscopy, because of this single electronic transition, we will observe a peak like this. And the lambda maximum for highest absorbance, which is called lambda max. Lambda maximum for highest absorbance, it is given by 20,300 centimeter inverse. Of course, we can calculate the energy difference between the T2G level and EG level using Planck's law, E equal to h nu or hc by lambda or hc nu bar. We can calculate the energy difference easily using Planck's law. Now, the energy difference is already given. what is the energy difference? It is wave number is equal to 20,300 centimeter. We can use this formula, or I will give a shortcut where we can convert this centimeter inverse into kilojoules per mole. 1 kilojoule per mole is equal to 83 point centimeter inverse. Now convert this into kilojoules per mole. Therefore, energy difference between T2G and EG level, or we can say delta naught, energy band gap in octahedral complex is equal to 20,300 by 83.7 kilojoules per mole. When we calculate this, it will give 243 kilojoules per mole. Now the energy difference between T2G level and EG level is 243 kilojoules per mole. Now we were asked to calculate CFSE. We were not asked to calculate energy difference. Okay, and we were asked to calculate CFSE. Of course, we know the formula for CFSE. CFSE is equal to minus 0.4 delta naught into number of electrons in T2G level plus 0.6 delta naught into number of electrons in EEG level. But we don't know delta naught, right? So delta naught is nothing but energy difference between T2G level and EG level that we have calculated from Planck's law. So they have given 20,300 centimeter inverse for lambda maximum. So we have calculated delta naught. We can substitute that delta naught 0.4 delta naught into 1 electron in EG level plus 0.6 delta naught into 0 electrons, sorry, 1 electron in T2G level, 0 electrons in EG level. So CFSE is minus 0.4 delta naught. What is delta naught value? Into 243 kilojoules per mole. So the CFSE in case of Hexa Aqua Titanium 3 complex is around 97 kilojoules per mole. Therefore, titanium H2O 6 times 3 plus is stabilized by minus 97 kilojoules per mole. This is how we need to calculate the CFSE for any molecule using UV visible data. So I'll give the heading also. This is UV visible spectrum. This is UV visible spectrum. Calculate the CFSE for Fe H2O 6 times 2 plus and FeCN 6 times 4 minus. In this case, iron is in +2 oxidation state because water is a neutral ligand. So whatever +2, it is from iron. In this case, iron is in again +2 oxidation state because cyanide 6 are there. Each one is having -1 charge, -6, but it is only giving 4 minus. That means iron is in +2 oxidation state. Iron atomic number 26. So in +2 oxidation state, its electronic configuration is D6. Its electronic configuration is D6. Now, the difference is the first one is high spin complex, whereas second one is the low spin complex. Please remember when ligands like cyanide, nitro, CO, carbon monoxide are there, then they will give low spin complex. Now, what is the electronic configuration of Fe2 plus in high spin complex? High spin means T2G and EG, first electron, second electron, third electron, because it is a high spin, fourth electron, fifth electron, then sixth electron will start pairing. Whereas in a low spin complex, T2G, e.g., first electron, second electron, third electron, because it is low spin, it will start pairing here itself, fourth electron, fifth electron, sixth electron. So it will start pairing here itself. So therefore, CFSE for high spin complex is minus 0.4 delta naught into 4 electrons in T2G level plus 0.6 delta naught into 2 electrons in EZ level, whereas CFSE for high spin complex is minus 0.4 delta naught into 6 electrons plus 0.6 delta naught into 0 electrons. You simplify this.